Hello YouTube family, this is Kara Lancey and I'm finally doing another update. It's been forever. Let's first get into stats, which I always start with. My highest weight was 378. I had surgery July 29, 2015 with Dr. Timothy Brown in Kansas City, Colorado. And my weight at surgery was 322. And surprisingly, as of today, I'm at 148. So if you can't tell, I've actually done amazing. I've stayed on plan. I've done really well. One thing you can't tell, I had a haircut, and surprisingly, look, I had a haircut and it came out curly. I did not know I had curl, but I had to have a haircut because my hair loss was so extreme that all my baby hairs that were coming in and stuff was just so awful. I got so bald. You can even see there that my long hairs are not very long, which now at least they're able to cover up to where it doesn't look bad because I have short hair. So I did get a haircut. Also, this should tell you right away, my phone died. My good phone died. So yes, this is a poor quality phone, and I'm using a phone that's from like 5 years ago. So if the phone dies, I will do this video and erase it and do a part 2. Because I'm finally doing an update and I want to actually get my entire update put in. Talking about my numbers, if I look at total loss, since my highest weight, it's been 230 pounds. And 174 since I had surgery. Holy cow. That's like an entire fat person. I have lost an entire fat person. I weigh way less now. You know, I mean, way over half and a half. I don't even know how to do the math, but yes, I can't believe I've lost 230 pounds total, which is insane. So, I have a lot to say, and because my phone video storage may be less, I'm going to try to get through it quickly. Why I haven't updated? I've been busy with life. I've been happy, I've been healthy, I've been following the plan forever. Starting in January, I was in my 150s. Between January and the beginning of March, I was getting close to the 150 to even 149 range, and I decided to start trying to figure out how to maintain. Starting to eat other foods besides exactly what's on plan for me was extremely hard and a struggle for me. I know everyone has their struggles. My struggle was to actually start incorporating back in carbs. Was to try to incorporate foods that were technically off plan for me. So I did struggle with that, but I did start trying to incorporate them. I also got extremely busy in general with my life. I started back to work. I went back to Fremont County Head Start, and I am a behavior specialist. I get to work with either special needs kids or kids that have behavioral issues due to special circumstances in their families. We also have 14 prisons in our town and community. And because we serve those families, we also have kids that come from various backgrounds, problems, so on. So being a behavior specialist, I deal with all kinds of kids and all kinds of problems. I love my job. Absolutely love my job. But, so I started working as well. And so just time-wise, I got busy and haven't been updating or telling you guys what's going on. I also went on vacation. The holidays happened. Everything just seemed to be like busy. And then, like I said, starting in the very end of February to beginning of March, I started trying to maintain my weight. Also, it was like a week, 2 weeks into March, I started having pain in my pelvic region, especially on the right side. Couldn't figure out what it was. We went, it was the third week in March as our school's spring break. And I ended up in so much pain on the Sunday right before spring break that I ended up in the ER. And it's kind of funny because the ER doctor, because, you know, I told him I had weight loss surgery, blah, 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 blah. And he asked me, he's like, well, did you eat something that you might have caused yourself the pain? You're a doctor. Do you not know where a stomach is? I'm complaining of pelvic pain in my right region. Pelvic pain, all the way down there by my Yahoo. Our stomachs are like way up here, you know, close to our breastbone. Yeah, but he He kept asking me if I ate something to cause this pain. Did I rupture something? Like, yeah, after, close to 2 years, because I'll be 2 years in July. Close to 2 years, yes. I decided to eat something to rupture my stomach. After losing it, even at that point, I was, close to that. I think I was at 225 at that point. But yeah, absolutely ER doctor. I ruptured my stomach. But anyway, so I had all these problems. I had pain. I ended up, after test after test after test, they found out that I had cysts. Which is weird that I started with pain on the right side, and then I ended up with pain on the left side as well. And then they did an ultrasound by the time all the tests were done, and they found a cyst. Not only did they find a cyst, but I had a good size, baseball size cyst on my left side. My right side had a cyst, but it was smaller, which was funny because my pain was more on the right side. Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward. OBGYN came involved, this, that, and the other. I had to have surgery. They decided that I was going to do surgery. Right before that, I ended up in another ER, which they told me that my right cyst ruptured. My left cyst was still there, which originally they said it ruptured, which is the ER doctor. Then the OB said, no, it didn't rupture, but it's still there and it's growing. And it kept growing, and even by the time of surgery, it was the size of like a large size apple. They said smaller than a grapefruit, but a big, big size apple. Surprisingly, they used fruit to judge the size of my cyst. Not only that, but the left side cyst was a blood-filled cyst, which was inside my ovary. So the OB decided that they were going to do surgery, go in and remove that ovary. I wanted them to remove everything. I'm sorry, I've had so many bad periods, this, that, and the other. Total not weight loss related, but it will get to it, trust me. So I had all these problems forever. Wanted to have it all removed. Told the surgeon, yes, take it all. Well, when she got in there on the right side, which surprisingly the cyst burst, there was no reason to have pain. They found endometriosis like crazy on that side. Not only was it that, but it builds tissue. I don't know if you guys know what endometriosis is, but it builds extra tissue. And it totally built tissue completely around my ovaries, attached it to my pelvic bone, completely covered my pelvic bone to where as I was walking, it was actually trying to rip away from my pelvic bone. So there was constant tearing and pulling, and it was just awful. So when they went in there, they did the full hysterectomy. Everything's gone. Female part's gone. Out of there. Part of my big thing is that, which if you look way back in my surgeries, I was terrified of having even the weight loss surgery because every surgery I've ever had comes out awful. I don't ever have good times with surgeries. This one was no better. Surgery happened. Not only did they find all the problems, this and the other, I was in the hospital for days. Came home. I have a blood clotting disorder that makes me have thicker blood, which you have to treat with blood thinners. My weight loss surgeon knew this. People know this. It's been diagnosed years ago, people know this. So anytime I have surgery, you have to make sure to give me blood thinners to not create clots. Well, because I have all the extra skin, so I have this giant apron or pannus or whatever you want to call it down there, it got completely bruised. Literally from almost my entire left side all the way up, like all the way up my entire pannus, and about this high up my pannus was just a giant bruise. So the OBGYN thought I was internally bleeding, did all these tests, never would get back to me. I called them, I had all these problems, I was having fevers, I was having this. No call from my OBGYN. Freaking, oh, she got me. I was mad. I finally went and seen my primary care doctor, and she's like, oh my God, this has nothing to do with you bleeding internally. This is your blood clotting disorder. I had nothing but giant blood clots throughout my entire pannus or apron, or my freaking fat-filled skin that just hangs down since I've lost 230 pounds. So, there's that. So then that happened. She gave me blood thinners. Everything was healing up. Everything was finally getting better. My OBGYN went and see me, even with all my problems. And then out of nowhere, after everything was healing, I woke up, and because, of course, we try to make sure we don't have rashes, so I literally would lift my FULUPA. I call it my FULUPA. My flap, my skin, my apron, whatever you want to call it. I lift it up every morning after I'd get out of the shower, let it air dry so I don't get the rashes, blah, blah, blah. to find a giant, I mean, it was raised like this high, giant freaking lump coming out of the middle of my stomach under my apron. Are you kidding me? So, of course, I called the OBGYN. No answer. Great. Go to see my primary care. She's like, oh my gosh, it's a giant hernia, which if you start having extreme problems, go to the ER. It can contort. You might have to have emergency surgery. I told her, I said, I don't want to see my OBGYN. That woman is for the birds. She won't call me back. I can't get in contact with her. I've had all these problems, and she's still not called me back. She did tests. She still won't call me back. I've called begging for answers. Nothing. So, no, not going to see her. She's like, well, I'm sorry, but I don't think another surgeon's going to take you on or be able to help you because surgeons don't like to fix other surgeons' problems. So I started thinking. I came home. I'm like, geez, what the hell do I do? I don't have anyone to help me. Aha, I do have a surgeon. I have a surgeon that does many different things. I have a weight loss surgeon. I have a weight loss surgeon that did an amazing job with my surgery. It's the only surgery I've ever had in my life that I did not have complications. Great. So I called them, and I told them everything, and I told them even what happened with the OBGYN, all my complications. I said that I have this giant hernia sticking out of my body that needs to be operated on. Help me, please. They said, absolutely. My surgeon, my weight loss surgeon, came to my rescue. And yes, this is probably going to be one of the longest videos ever that I've ever made. But, so my weight loss surgeon came to my rescue, said, yes, I will absolutely help you. They knew for a fact that I had my giant hernia because, like I said, it was sticking hugely out of my body. There was no doubt about it. What was supposed to be a 1-hour surgery when he got in there ended up being like a 4-hour surgery. And I love my weight loss surgeon because not only because the fact that I had such severe scar tissue because I've had many surgeries, and my OBGYN ended up having to cut me hip to hip. And when they tried to go into my belly button, she ended up cutting me 3 different times in my belly button and even cut me right above my belly button. So I had massive scar tissue. So he came in all the way up almost by my breastbone and decided to look around before he decided to make his cuts. So he's not trying to go over scar tissue that he can't get through. So that was the whole plan from the beginning, was him to go in to look first and then go from there. Well, because he decided to go in and look first, he actually found 3 different hernias in my body, which he fixed every one of them. Not only that, but because endometriosis can actually grow on any part of you. I mean, it can, depending on extreme, I mean, it's rare, but extreme, it can even grow on your brain. It can grow on any organ. It can grow anywhere. He went through and checked every single one of my organs to make sure that none of them have any endometriosis, that I will never be able to claim, or that if I ever have a problem, abdominally, anything, that it's not endometriosis. So thank you, Jesus. Weight loss doctor to the rescue, and he checked me. And like I said, my 1-hour surgery ended up being a 4-hour surgery. My family was freaking. And this was my second surgery, which at this point is, geez, right about a week and a half ago. So I go in for my 1-week hernia, because, you know, it's a 1-week hernia checkup. And he says, you're doing great with hernia repair. We did all these meshes. We fixed you all up. One of the biggest problems with your hernia is that your stomach wall is stretched so thin. You're fat, this, that, and the other. The only thing that was actually coming through was the fascia or whatever, the fat, actually, from, because I lost weight in between the muscle and the organs. There's all this fat that builds up, and that was the stuff that was actually coming out and coming through. So it wasn't any organs coming through or anything like that. It was just a giant amount of fat. So he's like, I think something that will really help you and help prevent other hernias is to have the abdominoplasty, the tummy tuck, and not only that, but they're going to sew back together all my muscles, which, because I guess in the main part of the muscles was also where 2 of my 3 hernias were, so he's going to do that. So when I was there for my hernia repair, he decided to say, let's have skin removal surgery, which I was completely caught off guard. I don't even know as of right now exactly what surgery he's going to do, but I was like, okay, if that's what you suggest, because, you know, not only did he do my weight loss surgery, which was amazing, he did this last surgery. He treated my blood disorder, made sure to give me the blood thinners. I had not a single problem with any of that. Nothing. My hernia, like I said, it's been a week and a half, and I'm almost completely healed because of an amazing job he's done, even though fixing 3 different freaking hernias. So yeah, if you tell me this will improve my life, I'll improve my life. I completely talked myself out of getting skin removal surgery. I was like, my husband loved me. He has loved me since I was close to 400 pounds. He will love me with extra skin. I was scared to have the surgery. I have always had problems with surgery. I did not want to go through it again. And then I never realized that having the skin removal surgery will actually help me health-wise. I never thought of that. I never thought that it had health benefits. I just thought, okay, yes, I can control my rashes. I've controlled my rashes. When you're fat and you have this giant piece of skin hanging down, yeah, you learn to control your rashes. Yes, they happen. Yes, they suck. Yes, they smell. You get the yeast. You have to put powder. You have to dry it. You have to put peroxide. You do all these different things. Fine. But you learn how to deal with it. So I'm like, screw it. I can deal with this. I can make it happen. I'm not having skin removal surgery. I don't want to have all the problems. I didn't think that it actually had a benefit. One of the things that he said that actually really brought it home for me, he's like, think about those people that have like a girdle on or something that actually holds stuff tight. He's like, the reason your hernia was able to get from nothing to gigantic in no time was that I had nothing helping to hold it in. My skin was so loose in there that it just was able to grow and grow and grow and push everything out, that it was gigantic because it just had all the room in the world to grow. Not only that, but even where my gigantic hernia was, it's still pushing out a good tennis ball size currently, even with the mesh in there. And he said because there's nothing holding it back. There's no tension. There's no girdle. There's nothing helping to hold it in. He's like, when you do the tummy tuck, when you do the abdominoplasty or the panelectomy or whatever all the other crap is that they're going to do, it's all tight and it holds everything in. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have skin removal surgery. Something I thought would never, ever happen. And so in less than, because geez, since my appointment's been less than a week, since less than a week with my weight loss surgeon, I went from a hernia checkup to, oh, you're going to have a tummy tuck and have all your skin removed. They wanted me to wait. I have to sometime this week take pictures of my skin for insurance purposes. They wanted me to wait because, oh geez, the last surgery I gained 11 pounds. The surgery before that, which was like 2.5, 3 weeks before this surgery. I mean, yeah, in a month I had 2 surgeries. But my first surgery I gained 13 pounds. My second surgery I gained 11 pounds. I've been so bloated and pregnant looking, and it's just been awful. So he wanted me to wait a little bit to some of the bloating and swelling and all that went down, so I could take pictures so I could send it to insurance, because he said insurance is going to cover it, especially with how bad my skin hangs. And I know I've mentioned it in my last several videos. I kept saying, oh, I'm going to have to do a video. Well, I'm going to definitely have to do a video since I meet with him June 19th, 2017. Today is the 30th of May, just FYI. So I'm going to be meeting with him very soon, and by that point we should actually have insurance approval of surgery, and we will be setting the surgery date. So yeah, okay, this is the longest video I've ever taken. But yeah, I'm having skin removal surgery. Something I didn't know, did not ever plan on, didn't ever think would even ever possibly happen. And yet, it's going to happen. I know, I've rambled freaking on forever in this video. But, holy cow. And I look at myself now, and like I said, I will show you, because I'm going to have to show you. Because I want that for my records. Even like insurance, because I have to show my skin and send them pictures of how bad I hang. And it's not a requirement, but it's a bonus if you have before pictures. And I have my before video that I took through YouTube, and I'm going to pause it and do screenshots, because I have that. I have me looking gigantic, and if you look back, which I did the other day, holy cow, I went from that to where I'm at now, and even showing the skin. And I think that's why I was so okay with not having skin removal surgery, because holy cow, I have came so far, and even with my bulge that I have now, the low skin I have now, holy cow, I am next to nothing. I am smaller now than I was in high school. I'm smaller now than I probably was in middle school. I probably was this small in like 5th grade. So yeah, no, I'm not worried about my extra skin. I thought it was all vanity aspects of skin removal. I never realized there was any health benefits. So, yeah, me that was totally against having skin removal has finally, we're having skin removal. Not only that, but it is going to happen either the end of June or the beginning of July, depending on how soon insurance can approve it, and they can get me in. So, okay, well, I'll be doing more videos, actually a whole bunch of videos over the next couple months. Hopefully the next one, the next 2 days, because I really got to get my insurance videos sent off so we can get this stuff approved. But, thank you guys. Love you always. Of course, if you have any questions, ask. And I try as much as I can to keep up with you guys. And notice many people from our YouTube family that started with us are gone. So those of you that still post videos, thank you. And I keep watching you. So God bless and love you all. Talk to you later. Bye.